Republican Party is struggling at the national level. Here in Oklahoma, there's been a historic shift in power, with the red state getting redder all the time. So what will that mean when lawmakers reconvene in Oklahoma City in February? Joining us this morning is Republican State Senator Randy Brogdon of Owasso. Good to see you, sir.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Well, how aggressive are the Republicans going to be? How much change are you going to bring to the State House?
Well, change, that was the theme throughout the election, nationally this last year, and we did bring some change to the State House. For the first time in our history, the Republicans will have control of the State Senate. We picked up 26. We now have 26 Republicans and 23 Democrats. So this is going to be an exciting year for us. I think we're up and ready for the challenge. So you'll see probably a much different agenda this year than we've seen for the last several decades.
They always talk about when a new party gets into power about the possibility of overreaching. A lot of people believe nationally Republicans overreached when they took over, and now there's concern Democrats may do the same. How do you avoid overreaching on your agenda?
Well, first of all, nationally, what the Republicans did is they did not do their job. They did not stick to the constitutional freedoms and liberty and the values and principles that are very clearly lined out in the Republican Party as well as the Constitution. So I suspect we will do that here. If I have anything to say about it, I will continue to help our party move in the right direction and to stick to the principles that our party was founded on, and certainly this nation.
Well, let's try and get specific if we can. Now, I know you've caucused once with your Republican colleagues. You'll do so several times before the first Monday in February. But give me a couple of specific things that you'd like to see Republicans tackle in this upcoming session.
Sure. Last week, first of all, let me just say that we did elect Senator Glenn Coffey as our Senate Pro Tem. Glenn has been very instrumental in moving us into the majority, so hats off to him. He deserves some pats on the back this morning. But what you're going to see out of the Republican caucus, and certainly out of some of the legislation that I'll be bringing forward, will be pro-growth, pro-family agenda. We're going to, again, bring tort reform to the table. We bring that almost every year, and occasionally we'll get a tort bill passed, and the governor vetoed one last year. But things that empower individuals, things that empower families, things that will release the genius of industry and business and allow them to put them on a level playing field so they can compete in the marketplace. Those are the kind of things that you'll see, whether it's tax reform, health reform, give people a choice to where they send their kids to school. Those are the things that you'll see coming out of the Republican caucus this year.
Have you seen the parties cross the aisle very much in the past, or if you have 26 votes, do you expect 26 votes on any key issue to Republicans? Oh,
it's amazing, and most people don't realize this, but the huge majority of votes in the Senate oftentimes will be 48-0, and there is a consensus on a lot of issues. There is a bright line drawn between the conservative agenda and a more liberal agenda in the state of Oklahoma, just like there is around the country. And that's when you'll see some 26, 23 votes, certainly.
Two real quick questions before we let you go. You've got the Senate now, the governorship, and frankly, I've heard your name mentioned in the future, but and if you wish to address that, you can. Do Republicans really shooting for the governorship this next time around?
Well, I think nationally it has set up Oklahoma perfectly. What happened nationally, I think we will regain the governorship in Oklahoma in 2 years. So it's going to be an exciting 2 years. Some of it may be a little bumpy, a little rocky, but I believe we have a straightforward agenda, pro-growth, pro-family, pro-business, and you're going to see some dramatic improvements, I believe, in the state of Oklahoma with the leadership, and that's what we have been lacking for many, many years. We have lacked leadership. It's one thing to lead, and it's another thing to lead in the right direction. We plan on leading in the right direction.
All right. I am hearing your name on the radio, Governor Brogdon, that sort of thing, running 2 years.
Did Leanne ask you to say that?
Yes. So we'll see. We'll be keeping an eye on that, Senator. But good luck in the upcoming session, and thank you very much for being here. Now, we want to let you know that tomorrow we're going to be speaking with Democratic State Senator Tom Adelson, and we're going to find out what the loyal opposition has in mind for the upcoming session. We'll talk to the Democrats